Put on Marvin's Room right before you throw yourself off a bridge. that's what Marvin's Room is for.
It's like you check her location and she's at her ex's house. Marvin's Room.
You listen to Stan, then you listen to Marvin's Room, then you throw yourself off a bridge.
You don't even make it to the bridge. You're just like, fuck it.
Boys are back.
Boys are back.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Reasonable Doubters. You already know. What's going on, fellas?
Same old. Work, life, the grind.
Looks like a t-shirt. It's like a t-shirt.
A depressing ass t-shirt.
Work, life, grind.
A depressing ass t-shirt that nobody wants to wear.
On the back, it says
those
adulthood.
Like heart ones the chicks used to wear that said like teacher, love, whatever.
Yeah, like one of those, but super sad and shitty.
But I mean, kind of like one of
Hey,
the
at
things.
least there's work, right?
Right. Especially like when the world is like falling apart around us.
And life is good. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
I can't complain.
So what's going on? Anything interesting this weekend? Anything interesting recently, fellas?
Nah, we're just here on a motherfucking Thursday. We usually do this on Tuesdays.
Don't you play poker on Thursdays?
I used to, yeah.
Usually. What happened?
So last Thursday, whatever. It ended a little bit earlier than normal. Normally we ride until like 2:00. And yeah. So I lost early, long story short. And I was okay about it because I don't care. I mean, I don't play to fucking pay bills.
What are y'all? What type of numbers y'all talking about?
I was down $200.
Okay,
so
it's regular.
Yeah, it's whatever. The way I look at it is, I'm playing poker for 5 hours. If I'm there for $200, that's a tab anywhere that I'm gonna sit for 5 hours. Like it is what it is.
Right.
Like I'm straight. But anyways. But the next morning I had a meeting, so I was like, look, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to take a shower. Whatever. So it's like 1:30, 1:40. Because I don't want to wait till 2 something and then go take a shower. Because I'm not getting into bed by fucking 3 o'clock. At the time, I only had one bathroom because they were doing construction on my bathroom. So whatever. I come inside the house. I hop in the shower. About 5 minutes into it, one of the guys just decides to bust into the shower. Screaming, oh, I got to take a piss. So...
Like one of your children?
Huh?
One of your children?
No, one of the guys playing poker.
You were taking a shower at the poker house?
No.
Oh, it was here.
This was in my house.
Okay. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm hosting. Oh.
I'm trying to figure this whole scenario out.
I'm hosting.
I'm like a random poker guy just busted in the bathroom.
No. I don't shower at my boy's house when I'm playing poker there.
Yeah, this was a little weird.
I was hosting. And,
so it was here.
It was here.
Okay.
In that bathroom right there.
Okay.
And whatever. Once I'm literally lathered up in soap, this guy fucking walks in the bathroom. And this guy, just so you understand, this guy's like 6'3", 6'4", loud as fuck. It's 1:30 in the morning. The dog is going fucking bananas because he's screaming, I gotta take a piss. My wife is screaming, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of my bathroom. Oh, my bad, bro. I had to pee. I'm like, are you fucking
Did he
kidding
like
me
take
right
a
now?
leak while you're in the shower?
No, bro. He went back outside and fucking...
Like this bathroom or like your master bathroom?
This bathroom.
Oh.
But this is the only bathroom I had at the time.
Okay.
My master was under construction.
Okay.
So, whatever. So, at this point, I'm just pissed. The dog is still fucking barking. I literally just rinse the soap off my fucking balls, throw boxers on, and I go outside with no shirt on. And I'm like, oh, wait, pack it up. This shit's over. And everybody's like, yo, we got money on the table. I'm like, all right, cool. We counting chips and you getting the fuck out. And they're like, yo, there's still like 5 people playing. I was like, no, there's no people playing. Like, this game is over. You guys got to get the fuck out of my house. This guy's like, bro, are you serious? I was like, you need to shut the fuck up and you need to get the fuck out of my house. And he was like, are you fucking serious right now? And I was like, yeah, stop. Go.
But you did like a play house party, like party's over. Somebody broke the toilet.
But did everyone know what happened?
everybody knew exactly what happened. I was fucking right there, and my bathroom window, I had cracked it open just to be able to hear if they were like whatever, they were playing poker outside. So I just cracked the window so I could like hear and shit. So when I screamed like, "Yo, get the fuck out of the bathroom!" everybody heard what was going on, and I'm sure he was joking because I'm sure he had been drinking and shit like that. But that shit wasn't funny. He woke up my whole fucking house. The dog was going crazy. The dog wouldn't stop barking. I come in the house, the dog is still barking. Like, bro, it was bad. It's not a good time. So yeah, I'm not hosting poker for the foreseeable future.
Ever again, probably.
For the foreseeable future, I'm not.
And
I won't be
everybody's
hosting.
mad. And everybody's mad at you.
No, everybody knows that I had all the reason in the world to be fucking pissed. But yeah, bro, I don't like. My whole thing is I don't fuck with people. Just don't fuck with me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but don't you go to different places? Like, or you always host it?
It's not that I always host. It's that like since the beginning, I usually host the most just because my house is real central. I'm right off the turnpike. I'm right off the Palmetto now because of the extension. Caesar lives right there. My boy Brian lives right there. My boy lives like right past the hammocks. My boy Mike lives by closer to Bird Road. So Bird and 117, like everybody, like my house is just super duper fucking central. And not only that, but I have all the backyard in the world, and I have ample parking, and my neighborhood is super cool with people parking in front of it. Nobody gives a fuck. Like you could park on anybody's grass and nobody cares. Like everybody knows each other. So if they see that my house is D'd up, they're like, "Oh, he has people over. That's fine. You can park here." Like nobody gives a fuck. So it's like, all right, cool. He's got the best parking and a good backyard, and he's out. I don't know. We'll see. But for the foreseeable future,
you basically pulled one of those like when you're at the bar super late and they put the lights on, they put closing time, and they're like,
You ain't gotta leave, but you gotta get up out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
oh no, they had to leave. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck up out of here. And then Pam exits. That's from Martin. No.
Yeah, I've seen Martin. Don't worry.
Oh man, if JP said he didn't see
Yo,
it,
podcast is over.
Yeah, for real. Like we're done.
For sure. But yeah, that's how my last week went.
And so this week, they're probably playing somewhere undisclosed, and you're not invited.
No, I know exactly where they're playing. They're playing at my buddy Schmo's house. Bachelor pad, perfect setup, but he's closer to Bird.
But they said if Sergio comes, he has to be ready to run this fade.
No, negative. It's not like that, bro. We're fucking adults. We're
Adults
adults.
to run fades.
And I still got love for the idiot that fucking ran into my bathroom. I love him. But, yeah, no, I just wanted to slap the shit out of everybody that day.
Fair.
You know, it happens. You're tired. It's a long day. I had a meeting the next morning. I lost in poker. Like, you had everything up. Then, literally, I get in the shower and I'm like, I'm tired. I've been outside. It was hot as fuck. It's muggy as fuck. We got citronella burning, smoking cigars, fucking drinking. Like, you're fucking gassed. And then you got to fucking take a shower and do it again the next day. Like, no hoa. Like, you're fucking tired.
Yeah.
So they're playing at a bachelor pad now?
So now they're at a bachelor pad.
The daytime, the late night, weekday moves to wake up the next day and go to meetings is tough. It really is.
But you did it a lot when you were young and single.
Yeah, but I mean, life changes. It's like, no, we were like Avengers when you're 25 or whatever. Like, I could function on 2 hours of sleep.
That Captain America shit wears the fuck off.
Sure does.
Okay, question for you then. What do you miss about single life?
Oh, this is spicy.
Strange.
This is spicy.
He mentioned bachelor pad, so it just popped into my head.
Just being
Strange.
no, just being able to do whatever you want.
No
Like,
pussy.
just be able to do whatever you want. Like that's like the main thing.
Freedom.
Is just you can.
Sounds so depressing. what he missed most is just being able to do whatever I wanted. I can't do whatever I want anymore.
I don't know about that. It's just that it's just like no, you could really do whatever you want. Like
Bro, you just got married.
you don't ever have to look at clocks or time or anything like that. You just do whatever you want.
Yeah. I don't know what that's like. I have no idea what that's like.
Like
That sounds fun, though.
The last time Sergio was single, he didn't have a driver's license.
Bruh. That's a fact. Straight up. Straight
if
up
like
last
you
time.
could, I mean, it's not something I would do right now, but like you could
Get
say,
single?
you could say, hey, I could go hang out in Fort Lauderdale, and if it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I could stay there. I could get a hotel. I could Uber home. I could do whatever the fuck I want. But now that wouldn't that wouldn't fly.
So
It's frowned
But
upon.
that's what you miss.
It's definitely
That's
frowned
what you
upon.
miss, or that's just what you would do.
No, as far as missing, I don't know if I miss. Like the missing thing is just like your own. I don't know. Like when you guys, well, Sergio, you've never lived alone in your life, ever.
Never.
But like I don't know, JP, did you ever live alone? Like just you, like no roommates, just you.
No, I had roommates.
Okay, like I'm not to say that I didn't have roommates at the beginning, but living alone is like the most wonderful thing in the world. Like where it's when you go home, it's silence. The only noise you hear
Dog?
is the noise that you make.
You didn't have a dog?
I had a dog, but she sleeps. Like dogs sleep all day.
Yeah, most dogs.
I feel like Pat's gonna get out of here. And he's gonna be single.
How? Why?
With no dog.
Just
The dog that sleeps.
No, I mean it's like everybody needs their own space. Like now you just get it in like limited time when you go do whatever you do, or like when you go on our bike ride, when Sergio goes to play poker, when I go play basketball, like that's your away from house time.
There I can't. I can't complain. We've always had a pretty good balance where if she wants to go to happy hour, if she wants to do her thing, if I wanted to go to chill with my friends, it's never been a what time are you coming back? Who are you with? It's not like that. We just trust each other and we're Gucci.
yeah. I mean, I think for me, it was just like not that I miss, is that not having to be responsible for other things, other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah.
The whole nine.
Again, I don't know what it's like to not be responsible for other people.
That's why I said Pat.
Sergio was buying Pampers from Publix. Like he was bagging.
Sergio was stealing the DMV car at the driver's ed, and he was buying Pampers with it.
I'm not even gonna go there, but
Hey man, honestly, like all shit.
you do crazy things when you're 18, 19, and 20 years old and you have a kid.
Hey, honestly, I give you props.
That's all I'll say about that.
I give you props. Like you're still here, and
Amen.
and your kids aren't scumbags. So
I'm
that's
still married.
That's all you can really ask for in life.
Still married. Went to the 20-year high school reunion. Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Did they not expect that?
Still doing. They see it on Facebook. We're 40, bro. Everybody got Facebook. Everybody's literally like, "I seen your kids grow up." I was like, I bet. They're like, for real shit, because it's true.
I haven't been on Facebook in like I just turned off the notifications, and I logged in the other day, and it was like, it makes you feel old. Just like
It's all family.
Does it?
No, just the content is old.
But do you have the same content on both?
No.
Because like I only I literally on my Facebook I got rid of, I unfollowed, I undid all that shit. So like everybody, like I went through a thing. I cut like 700 people.
No, and I would do the same
and
thing.
My Facebook feed is just friends and family, mostly family.
And I literally put on like the bio thing. I was like, "Don't follow me here. Follow me on Instagram." Like, more than likely, I'm gonna decline your invitation. Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like mainly like family.
No,
For me,
and
Facebook is mostly family, and then Instagram is better.
I agree. No, I agree on the Facebook thing. It's just that and they make it they honestly make it hard for you to take followers off. Like I tried to do like a purge because I logged in and I'm like first time I logged in months, and I tried to do like a purge. they make it so hard. Like you can't just do like Instagram where you slide down and you're just like unfollow. You have to. You're like you click it and they're like, "Are you sure?" And then it takes like 5 seconds to like rotate and take it, and that's one.
No, I
Like
did that shit right when I graduated. I went down the list and I was like, click, done. Fuck it.
Y'all are some shady motherfuckers, yo. Like, I don't know. Who are you hiding from on Facebook?
I might just delete that shit, like really, because it's just like it's a bunch of like old Haitians like trying to friend request me. And
Well, no, I mean at one point it was like my grandparents on there, and like you know, it is what it is. Like I'm not gonna. I don't post anything to begin with.
no, I don't post any. I don't post any like. I don't post the stuff I post on on Instagram, like, and then I obviously don't share the stuff that I share on Instagram.
Nah, they're
to
very
my
different.
friends.
They're very, very different.
Yeah,
Yeah, Facebook, family, Instagram, perros. That's it.
yeah.
Instagram for, I mean, just like TikTok, it's just
It's just more for fun.
the algorithm. Yeah, it's just for fun.
But
And wasn't my idea to just put all of that content, and that's what we'll call that. We'll just call it content on social media. But I follow it.
yeah, Facebook at this point, like I'm to the point that I might just delete it because it doesn't really have any value. Like, I do have like more family and like random aunts and uncles and cousins that I don't really talk to a lot on like Facebook, but it's like I don't know if it's worth keeping at this point.
Number one social media platform for you right now. Time consuming. Number one.
The only one.
Insta.
Yeah, I don't even have a TikTok or none of that other shit. I don't go on Twitter, and I was super early on Twitter, but I don't go on it.
JP, I'd never
Yeah, I
go on
don't.
it.
I just
Well,
Instagram.
YouTube beats Instagram. I stay on YouTube. It's ridiculous.
I would say Instagram and YouTube.
I watch a lot of videos in the background while I'm working. Like I'll just have
Yeah,
them.
I mean
Accurate.
YouTube would only be because like I have a podcast or something on while I'm working. Other than
Yeah.
that, I'm not really on YouTube unless
I check
Like-
Reddit more than Twitter.
I don't really check Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I don't really. The only time that I check Twitter is when I see an Instagram post and I'm like, did they really say that? And then I go to Twitter and I follow. I'm like, oh, they really fucking said it. Other than that, I don't really.
I only use Twitter for like fantasy football to like look up
Don't even like.
stats and shit like that,
I
like
was- I
game
was-
time decisions.
I was
I'm just
super
on
early.
Instagram.
I was
Starter
super early on
sits.
Twitter, and I don't have the bandwidth for it. I
Yeah,
just
for me,
don't.
it's just Instagram,
Spotify or Apple Music.
Spotify.
Spotify, only because of the car.
Oh, because your car, you can't have Apple Music.
Really?
Well, it has a Spotify
Tesla.
integration.
Is that like some hater shit?
No, I mean, it's probably
Kind of.
probably Apple's.
Kind of. No, how's it Apple's fault? The guy doesn't want Apple CarPlay on his phone, on his car.
But that's all Apple wants. They don't want to give you the piece. They just want to give you the CarPlay. So he doesn't want the CarPlay. But it has like an integration. So I hit Spotify and you can search and do everything like on your phone on the
Yeah.
screen. So I was like, I switched.
Yeah. No, I got put onto Spotify and like transitioning from like the iPod era, and yeah, Spotify's awesome. Like I've been on Spotify
I
for
had both. I used Spotify
years.
first and then I switched to Apple once they got it just because it was more convenient on the phone. You wouldn't know, but more convenient on an Apple phone.
What, Spotify?
No, Apple Music.
Oh, I have Apple Music.
And then
It's awesome.
when I got the car, I switched it to Spotify.
You know what the top album on Apple Music is right now?
what?
God did.
Sigh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's funny every time I open the app, I gotta look at a picture of DJ Khaled with
With
his
a
like
tear rolling down his face.
with the like spray painted airbrush beard and tape. Fucking so stupid. Oversized veneers. Fucking clown.
So let's start here. Let's
his,
start.
his Instagram is
with-
funny
with-
though what the God did.
God did.
Let's start with. So,
Didn't believe in us.
what do you think?
God,
What do you
dude.
think of Khaled as a personality? Like you fuck with him?
I
Or
love
he's
him.
Super annoying.
I love him.
You tolerate him?
He's
curious.
he's a clown. Don't get me wrong, but I love him. I mean, he's super Miami. He's fake it till you make it, and he blew up.
But he
Like
made it a long time ago.
I
A long time
Yeah,
ago.
when he was
I
on the radio, though, he
understand.
was pretty much.
no, he was already solidified when he was on 99 Jams and he was running that shit. Basically, I mean, Irie was running it, but DJ Khaled had the afternoon show, and then he dropped the first album. I can't remember what the show was called. But the one that had the We Taking Over.
Yeah.
Listen.
That's the name of the album. DJ Khaled presents.
Come on,
Listen.
Bobby.
That's the name of the album.
I know. I remember. That's why I said listen.
At this point, he should just drop the DJ and just keep Khaled.
His name is Khaled.
Khaled
What
is
I'm
his
saying
name.
is that but instead of having it at, like, no, I'm talking
Fucking
about like his,
DJ Khaled, bro.
instead of it being DJ Khaled, just
I don't think anybody calls him DJ Khaled. You just say call him
just,
Khaled.
Just drop the DJ already.
Oh my god. I first heard about DJ Khaled when I went to Clippers Barbershop on US 1.
Throwback.
Back when it was called Clippers. And on a flyer, it was like the Arab Assassin
I think it's the Arab Attack, but
or whatever.
Whatever.
Arab Attack.
same shit.
Whatever. It was Arab, and sometimes he'd be wearing like a head cover, and sometimes
But
he
he
would,
feels like it. Sometimes he's wearing a Dolphins fitted.
and then 9/11 happened. It was like
All that.
DJ Khaled. It was not. That was it. It was not no Arab, nothing.
No, when I first moved here, like in mid '90s, and they had no real hip hop on the radio at all. So me and my brother were like thirsty for like New York hip hop, and guess who played good hip hop? DJ Khaled, but he was on like pirate radio at like 2:00 in the morning. So we stayed up to listen to him at 2:00 in the morning, and we didn't even know how to say his name. We just called him DJ Khaled because we just were like, okay, that's the name. And then we didn't know what he looked like. We didn't know anything like that. But then, like, we kind of saw his whole grind. You know, he got with Fat Joe. And right when I was finishing, FIU undergrad, I was working with this guy that, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's still kind of in the entertainment industry. And I met Khaled a bunch of times, and, I was around those guys a lot. And, that dude, he grinds. That's why it's like, even though he gets irritating and shit, you can't argue his work ethic. Like, he's always worked hard. And, like, even though he doesn't do a whole lot of music these days, like, himself, he really knows his music. And
I feel like he does, though.
That dude doesn't play any instruments. He doesn't do a lot of
that,
he doesn't do a lot of
okay.
production anymore.
Got
He just kind of like does a P Diddy style. He like produces
Yeah,
everything.
okay.
He gets
I know-
everybody together.
I get what you mean.
He says
He gets
this
all the
is-
right people
He says this
together.
is the sample we're gonna use. This is who's gonna sing the hook. This is who sings the first, the second, and third verse.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's still a grind.
no, and that is worth
Hey,
more than anything, really.
He does what he does very, very well. I'll leave it at that.
He's had like 12 albums. Like
I
who
know.
in music has had that much output?
and they're not all fire albums, but they all have bangers.
Every one of them has a banger or two.
I mean,
for
think,
sure,
think of the
at
last
least.
couple of Drake singles in the last couple of years. They've been his.
Yes and no. I think that Khaled's biggest songs have had Drake on them, but I don't think that it's the other way around.
No. I mean, I'm saying.
Hey
Like,
Drake,
no,
the
no, no.
vocals
What I'm
is
saying
in.
is like in Drake's like off season before his album comes out, those little sneak peeks and
Oh, for
everything.
sure.
They're all Khaled's.
And I think that's done on purpose because he knows how much influence Khaled has, and obviously Khaled would love to have Drake on every song if he
Nah,
could.
and it's
And they're good.
mutually beneficial.
Yeah, they
like
got
it
to be good
works.
too. I mean, they're good.
And nobody
They work.
Yeah, nobody pays for any of it. It's like almost like free promotion,
The Khaled album has some bangers.
It does.
I love the sample of "Party All the Time" from Eddie Murphy.
Do you like so now 12 albums later, do you still like the formula where it's like like the thing about it
There's
is
different formulas.
no, it's not different formulas. It's the same formula. It's like, hey,
That was
three-
shout out to Guru.
yes,
Those who know, you know.
intro to the Moment of Truth album. I give
No matter what, yeah. Sorry. Anyways,
they don't know it. I know it. Just not the world doesn't know it. The formula is always like you take 3 or 4 names, you get a sample people know, and then you make a radio song. And he tries that for every song on the album. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it makes amazing, incredible bangers that you'll never forget. But a lot of times for me, the formula it's a little tired, in my opinion.
I mean, it works though. And again, bangers.
How many? Okay, so the reason why
Speeding.
you know why you
I'm speeding.
that's not a Khaled song. It's a Rick Ross song.
All right, fine. Damn.
Sucker. Sucker.
So what I notice is that like I don't care. Like for me, I don't care that much about like the name on a song. I care about like how it fits. Pause. Sorry. Yeah.
God bless.
I care about how the artists and the beat they all fit together. So sometimes they'll throw a bunch of big names and it doesn't come out that great. You know,
For example,
he always has 12 songs with like the Migos and Meg Thee Stallion, and I'm just like, you know.
well, this time it wasn't the Migos. This time it was only Quavo and Offset. No,
Is that not the Migos?
not Offset. Takeoff.
Is that not the Migos?
No, Offset's estranged. There's drama.
So 2/3 of the Migos is not the Migos.
Yeah, I don't know.
Technically, no.
No, man.
All right.
I mean,
But-
he's got a. I think he paid a lot. These samples are like they're not like they're very noticeable, famous songs.
Party all the time. That sample's super cheap.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking
That
about
was
the
an
other
awful
one. The
song.
one with the chicks. The bills paid, whatever.
No, Destiny's Child. That's Jay-Z's wife.
Yeah, that's
She's
probably a
clearing that.
gift. Probably a gift.
I guess.
That's his thing, though. That's his thing. He's
If he was
He's good with everybody.
if he was Joe Schmo,
he doesn't pay for the
making
features.
that album will cost $5 million.
He doesn't pay
Staying
for those
Alive?
features.
He doesn't pay for any of the.
He doesn't pay for the features.
He doesn't pay for the features. He doesn't pay for a
He,
lot of.
he
the
just kicks
production.
everybody back royalties on everything, and that's it. He's awesome, and everybody
guess.
loves him. It worked. That's why he's great at what he does.
We the best.
We the best.
Yeah. Speaking of the best, I know that the internet was ablaze talking about Hove on that track, on that DJ Khaled track.
Bars.
Listen, I'm gonna say this because I don't think that everybody appreciates those moments the same. So there are a lot of people that said, "Oh, I heard Jay-Z had a 3-minute verse, and
that shit was hard.
I didn't understand what he was talking about, or like I don't want to listen to a 3-minute long Jay-Z verse." And then there's other people like myself, probably like you, that hear that and you're like, "Yo, like."
Jesus Christ.
He's that guy. Like if you could like not rap for 2 years and like have no reason to rap and then just like
and then drop like 4 triple entendres and
yeah, and then you just drop like a 45 bar verse and you're just like, yeah, just FYI if you guys forgot, like this is what I do.
I didn't even realize it was 3 minutes long.
in one take.
Yeah, his engineer guru said that it was one take.
One take.
He said that no punch, just he came in and laid it down one time, and he didn't write it. That's like alien shit. Like, just think of your favorite verse, your favorite song.
No, it's like 3.5 minutes, right?
But it also doesn't have to be
It doesn't have to be what?
like one take. He
I
didn't
know,
have to do it in one take.
But he did.
No.
And it's like
Right.
3 verses in one or
Yeah.
more.
I got you.
Yeah.
Just-
It's
That's impressive,
3.5 minutes of just no hook.
Yeah.
Just bars
Just-
for bar
just
for bar.
nausea.
Not a 16.
Bar
not even.
nausea.
It's not even a 64. It's stupid. It's 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
They don't even make fucking songs that long anymore.
Yeah. It's impressive. And he said a lot of shit on those verses. It was social commentary. He was talking about his past. He was talking about his company's
friends.
past. He was talking about his wife. He was talking about a lot. And, like you could really dig into it, but I'm telling you, like me personally, my goat personally will always be Big because I think he had like the most natural ability of anybody. But
And
as
a
far
fucking
as
child,
20,
because he was a child.
yeah, he died. He was 24 years
I
old.
know that's what I'm saying.
He was
The fact that he dropped what he dropped when he dropped it,
is
stupid.
incredible.
Stupid. Like, and I don't know. I've said it before, but I feel like it gets crazier the older you get because you just realize like he was a fucking kid.
Yeah,
He was a kid, and stupid details when he story tells, like, because there's people that tell stories like Nas and shit like that, but again, Nas has been doing it for 20 years,
Right.
And Nas was good from the jump,
right.
but he's polished his writing, and his later albums when it came to storytelling were amazing. Big did it at 20.
Big had the total package as an MC when he was a kid. He put out
Like a child.
He put out a gritty album. He put out a radio album. He put his crew on, and they went gold. His crew that didn't even rap.
Tune Mafia.
And then he went toe to toe with guys like Big and Nas, and he did all that before 25.
Yeah.
So for me, like I think he had the most natural ability, and Lord knows what he would have done if he was alive now.
No, it would have been crazy.
But
So
but
much good music.
but the realization of absolutely
or he could have maced it.
Never.
oh god, JP, the
He could.
salt of the earth over
I'm
here.
just saying.
Shit.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
You're so lucky I don't have anything to throw at you.
Don't leave while you're hot. That's why Mace. That's how Mace screwed up. God, that's salt of the earth.
don't like it.
Himalayan pink salt over there.
Fuck.
Yeah, I do want to throw something at him.
Hashtag sodium.
High sodium, like high blood
Fuck.
pressure.
I need
with
water right now because you're so salty.
But Hove is really the realization of like what, and maybe
What could have been?
what could have
What
been,
might have been?
but
What should have been?
We're talking about 25 years. He's platinum on every album. Every song he puts out a hit. He's
a cultural
flipped
icon.
businesses. He flipped styles. He was talking about shit before people were talking. 20 years before people were talking about it. Like, I mean, he's really like that guy. And then like it's like
Crazy business mogul.
it's like unassailable. Like you can't even like throw rocks at it. You know,
I don't know.
like what rocks are we throwing? Like how he did Dame in them, like what they claim.
No. You're just saying he's like a cat. He sees keys and he's got to play with them. Key.
Could you finish your point?
Stop it, Pat.
Could you finish your point?
You're just saying that like he's reached levels that are unattainable. I think our Canadian friend is hitting levels and breaking ceilings at a very young age and appeals to a way broader, larger, wider, whatever the fuck you want to say, audience, a more global audience. Jay-Z, like you said, he's been doing it for 25 years, but he wasn't really mainstream until like 2002, 2003.
I'd say 2000.
I would say mainstream like MTV 2002 when Blueprint dropped, because Reasonable Doubt had like what, two videos.
Yeah,
It wasn't that serious,
and
it was
having
more of a street anthem.
and having a video back then didn't mean it was mainstream. You know?
No, but I mean, Reasonable Doubt wasn't radio play.
No,
It was a street anthem.
But even the songs that were intended to be radio songs were kind of street. Like, "Can't Knock the Hustle" is like a dope dealing song.
I hear you. And
was that like really like mainstream though? I don't know. About
Yeah,
that.
Mary J. Blige on the hook.
but it would be like. But
For that era
I
it
remember
was.
vividly. It would be like Thursday night or Friday night on 99 Jams or on Power 96, and they'd be like a DJ would be like doing a mix, and they play like "Ain't No Like the One That." Like.
Well, that was a hit song though, but it was like a gritty hit.
But you
song.
couldn't play it on the radio
No.
unless it was like 10:30 at night.
I'm trying to think.
And it was like, DJ EFN or whatever doing, like
Shout
some
out DJ.
like music videos.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it was one of those DJs like at 10 o'clock, like doing a mix that was like, all right, I'm gonna throw this on there. I'm gonna censor it myself.
All of their singles, all the singles from Reasonable Doubt were like hard songs. They were
Right.
like they
But-
weren't really like pop songs at all.
Right.
I'm,
but
I'm thinking of
Volume
like the
2
music video time era. Like
No, Volume 2.
Like-
Volume 2 and Blueprint were video albums. Both of them. No?
Well,
Hard Knock Life.
Volume 2, if you know the background of Volume 2 came out. Volume 2 was
Right before.
was Annie and all of that.
Right, it's a hard knock
Yeah.
life. It was 2001, I want to say,
That
right?
was the-
2000, 2001? I say 2001.
No, Volume 2 was 98.
That early?
Yeah, because Blueprint was 2001.
Right. I thought that was like 2000 or
I would-
2000.
No. It had to be with
Look up
Hard,
look-
Hard
well,
Knock
I'm
Life
looking-
was 1998.
Yeah, it had to be around that time period because
Volume
that's when he
2 Hard
came out
Knock
with the song with the other dude, "The Money Ain't a Thing,"
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
Great album.
and I vividly
Great
remember those
album.
music videos with
That's a
driving
great
in the Ferraris.
Yeah. It's a good album.
I already told you what song I love. I love the one with Too Short, Jazzy Hoes.
What am I looking up?
Huh?
What was I looking up?
Nah, the year that
Volume 2 came
Volume
out.
2 came out. But yeah, 98.
So, okay, so you think
But anyways, I think Drake, yeah, but the point I was making, I think Drake, because the thing is, in my opinion, Hove really didn't like go
98.
like 98, yeah. That's
I'd be
why.
on my shit.
He's older. I don't remember. I was 14. Anyways,
I was 16.
He was almost a dad.
yeah, I almost like
No, but
kids.
he was almost a dad.
I almost like kids. So, anyways, Hove didn't go like global, real mainstream, like as far as like TV commercials, stuff like that, until I would say like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, when he started signing like Coke deals and 30's the New 20, like that album. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
It's 2006.
Kales,
We're 2023.
16 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
I get you, but how old is Hove?
Like 51. 52?
Exactly. So he was 35 when he blew up. That's my point.
And
Drizzy.
that's kind of the age that Drake is at. He's like 35 now, close.
Yeah, but Drake
Drake's
didn't just blow
been
up.
doing
Yeah.
it though.
Come on.
Drake was doing Sprite commercials in 2008.
Those are all like, okay, so
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to hate, but because I'm a Drake fan. Obviously, you know that.
I get you, but I'm just saying he sells to everybody, bro. He sells to little girls.
But deals, okay, so now we have to look at what the measuring sticks are here, really.
sales.
Yeah, so I mean, it's important to know, like, to decide what when we're talking about comparing. I mean, we're talking about guys that are 15 years apart in age, and Jay-Z started in the tape and CD era, and Drake kind of grew through that, and he went from the CD to the iPod to the streaming era, and now he's like the king of streaming. But there was no streaming back then, so it's like. But like the old school way, just selling records, Jay-Z has like 15 platinum albums. Like Drake doesn't have that.
According to a couple different
He don't
websites,
sell. He
Eminem is number 1 in album sales, Drake 2, and then Jay-Z.
I can't believe that. I mean, unless you're counting streaming as album sales. Like streaming is different.
Kanye
Like,
sold a lot too.
they pick and choose what they want as to quantify as a stream. Like you remember how back in the days, like you couldn't have a single unless a single couldn't be a number one song unless it came out as a single.
So do you
now,
think Jay-Z has more number ones than Drake?
do I think he has more number one
Or does he?
songs? I don't think so. But I think album wise, but this is why it's important in the streaming era. If your album is popping, if Drake puts out a good album, that's
Jay-Z
50.
has 13 number 1 albums on the Billboard 200.
And
Holds the
Drake
record
doesn't
for the
have
most
and
number
Drake,
ones.
and Drake doesn't have 13 albums.
Drake has 11 number 1s.
I don't even think he has 11 albums. But
That's what.
but again, these
what Billboard says.
But again, these
Why are you
days,
shouting at me?
these
It's
days,
their list.
everything is an album. Like you put out a mixtape, it's an album. If you put out a playlist, it's an album. So it's like it's different. The rules are different. Like the goalpost is different. Not to say that Drake isn't huge. Everything he puts out is huge. And if he puts out an album with 15 songs that are popular and the whole world is listening to the album, guess what? When the Billboard chart drops, his whole album's going to be on the list.
Yeah.
That's a new thing. That's a new phenomenon. That wasn't a thing
I
that
feel like he's been doing that since Take Care.
He's been doing that since.
there wasn't
since Take
streaming
Care.
wasn't out like that when Take Care came out. Like that's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
still.
It's a transition, And
No, it was out. Streaming was out.
I
100%.
want to say it was. Yeah.
I never bought
Now,
Take Care. I streamed it.
in 09,
No,
we were
I
still
had-
at
I had the
Tiger.
CD. I still
We were
had
still
the
at
CD.
Tiger in 09.
I saw,
Like, we
Take
weren't
Care wasn't-
streaming.
Take Care wasn't 09. 100%. No, I was already working at FIU. I started
Oh,
there.
Take Care.
2011.
Excuse me. I'm thinking.
I think Take Care is 2011.
I think you meant So Far Gone. My bad. Take Care. Yes, correct. Yeah, but not everybody was streaming in 2011. No way. Like I was.
That's
I
because you
still-
didn't
I
have a
still had
fucking
the
iPhone,
CD.
Pat.
Were you
Still had a
streaming?
CD.
Yeah, because I had a fucking iPhone, Pat.
You were not streaming in 2011. What were you
up.
streaming on?
2011.
Apple Music didn't exist in 2011. Apple Music was not out in 2011.
Oh my god. Of course it was. You just didn't have a streaming. I used to buy albums. I can still show you the albums that I fucking purchased on Apple
You could
Music.
buy iTunes,
iTunes.
but I mean,
iTunes isn't Apple Music.
but you could still buy.
Sergio, you're just making shit up. This is what the
No, I'm
podcast.
not.
You're just making shit up.
Apple Music and
iTunes is not Apple Music.
okay, I understand.
He's talking about
But my point is, but back then there was streaming was a very, very viable platform. You're acting like it was a stone age of the internet. It was for you because you had an Android.
In 2011, you were not streaming songs on your phone.
Okay.
You were not. So, and Drake wasn't the king of streaming in 2011 either.
God Forgives I Don't was 2012. I bought that album on on iTunes.
iTunes
want me to
is
show
not
you
Apple
more?
Music.
Apple
iTunes
Music.
is not Apple Music.
iTunes-
I had iTunes
That's
since
where I was
iTunes came
streaming
out.
music from.
iTunes is not Apple Music.
Okay, but I was buying music on the internet.
Spotify was 2006.
Bro. Why is this such a hard to make a distinction?
Because
iTunes
not everybody was buying CDs in 2011.
iTunes is not Apple Music. I have iTunes too.
Okay. I agree with you. I get it. iTunes is not Apple Music. Is iTunes not streaming music? Is that not? That's not buying music online? Is that not digital music?
It is,
I don't
but it's
understand.
No,
not. It is, but it's
no.
not the same.
I get it. It's an
No.
actual album purchase instead of a stream.
When
you're
now you
purchasing-
just say, "Hey, I want to listen to Drake,"
understand.
and his whole catalog comes up, and you
Right.
pay once a month, and that's streaming. Like I bought music on iTunes too, with an Android, with a BlackBerry, doesn't matter. Listen from my desktop. I still have iTunes,
BlackBerry.
but I don't use it because
Imagine
I have Spotify.
downloading iTunes to upload it to a BlackBerry just to be difficult and not have an iPhone.
See, I remember that tape.
You didn't even have an iPhone back then.
That
but
Take Care
since you
album-
got the little Apple tatted on your low back
I
now.
always switch.
You had to use like an iTunes or something like that because that Take Care album. I remember someone in the office had the CD and we would load it into our computer, download the songs
Right.
into iTunes,
Right.
and then pass the CD around.
Right.
I think
Sorry,
Apple
Drake.
Music,
Sorry.
Spotify. I think it's just easier for everybody.
I agree. No, and I'm always the person that when it comes to like how you take in your music, like I'm comfortable with what I used to love iPod
CDs.
and all that and CDs and all that, but now it's like it's
There's
silly.
no comparison.
Now if you
I
have,
have access to every single song ever made.
All right. You know what? We lost. Spotify launched in the U.S. in 2011.
but not everybody,
you.
it wasn't a thing.
It was big when it first came to the U.S. It blew up.
Did you
Everybody
get it
got
right when it first
Yes.
came out?
Yes.
I didn't. And it's just, and
you
I
had
remember,
Pandora.
and I remember specifically,
Because you had Pandora.
yeah, and because I didn't, but who,
He was on Napster.
but I mean, I think everybody used Pandora at one point. Like that was, I think that's everybody's intro to streaming because you didn't
Tiger
have to pay
didn't have
for
it.
it.
Tiger didn't have it blocked. You could have Pandora on
You didn't have to pay for it, so it was great, you know. But yeah, there was a point in my life where like paying $10 a month was like prohibitive to listen to music,
Unless it was to like Columbia House and you were getting 30 CDs.
and never paying it.
Dude,
BMG.
me and Chris did that. I don't even want to know how much money we
My mom got
Our par-
super mad one
I
day
don't know. I
because
couldn't tell you.
a package came addressed to the house to Sparky Betancourt. And my mom is like, "What the fuck did you order for the dog?" And I'm like, "All eyes on me." She's like, "What?"
That's great.
I remember.
Swear to God.
I remember being in Chris's house, and we would look at like Chris LaFont. We would go into his house, and they had the paper, and it would say like Columbia House, and it was like paper, like a newspaper.
And then
would-
you'd have to mail it in.
And that shit would come in. I remember the DMX album, the one with the blood. What was that one? Flesh of My Flesh.
Flesh,
When
Blood
that
of
one
My
came
Blood.
in, we were like, put the shit in, and I was like,
Bro, you remember you had to like get random albums? Like you had to get like the album of the month and then you could pick like other albums?
and
Yeah,
then
it'd be
you're supposed
like
to
total
cancel-
scam.
You were supposed to cancel it, right?
Bro,
But we
I'd have
never
like
canceled it.
Tupac.
No, you never pay. You send in the thing to get the 8 CDs for 1 cent, and then you're supposed to pay after that.
It'd be like Tupac,
Oh, you are? Oh,
No.
I don't remember
You
that.
never
Warren
pay.
G, DMX, John Mellencamp, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And he had two brothers, so he would.
And it was
put
like
under
Salt
his
and
name,
Pepper. That was
the brother's name.
We do like a
my
3-pack.
name. We did it like
You
4
guys bought
times.
like 50 CDs.
Dude,
no, and then you
everything.
would, and then I would tell my mom, look, mom, here, I need a check for $16. Here's $16. So then you'd send like $16, and they'd send you like 9 more albums, and it was like a fucking scam, bro. It was ridiculous. I don't understand how it was. That just goes to show you how cheap CDs cost to make at the time,
Or they
and
were
how much of a
stolen.
crazy markup.
And they were hitting you over the head for
How much of a
$16.99 every
crazy markup.
Can you
Tuesday.
imagine
they were
just,
making at Specs.
They were
or
just
at-
hot. Can you imagine the Columbia House just sold you like stolen
Bro.
CDs?
All right.
I got every album like that.
So I remember last year Trey Young. So I mean, we gotta have a definitive answer here. I remember last year Trey Young, the Hooper. He said, "When are we gonna admit that, or when are we just gonna say that Drake has passed Hove?" And he got destroyed on the internet for that. I think
old
that
heads.
I think that that's a prevailing opinion for like younger people. And you could, I'm a Drake fan.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I mean, I love I love Jay-Z, and I'm a fanatic. The name of the fucking podcast is Reasonable Doubters. I mean, like I'm a fanatic of Jay-Z and all of his catalog, like all of it. I get it. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying Drake is doing it huge at a much younger age and to a much wider audience. I think it's inevitable that he's going to be bigger.
Do you think that Drake is doing it at a bigger level because of the way technology and all that streaming stuff is working now?
I mean, obviously, social media and streaming. Everything. Drake can like something can be happening like today. Today, fucking Drake could go into the studio, and tomorrow on Friday at 9 a.m., Apple Music, Spotify, and everything like that will have a Drake fucking mixtape with 3 tracks talking shit about London blokes and how can it be homophobic? My bitch is gay, with him freestyling over that shit.
Yeah,
because it's Drake, and because but that was impossible 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Drake.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Jay-Z had to literally record in the studio. Then they had to take the master somewhere.
turn it into the label,
Yeah,
You had
for
to- you had
get it
approval,
finalized, then
Not-
get
not
it
pay
printed.
somebody
But
for
not only
royalty. Like, bro,
Not only that, you then have to wait for the radio to kind of play it for you to be like, oh shit, this is out.
That's
Right,
how they
no.
used to work records.
And
They
now
used to
he's
work
at a
the
level-
records
Saying,
months
And now
but
before.
he's
that
at a
doesn't
level.
happen anymore. So
No.
is that why you think the escalation of Drake is quicker?
I think it's a
than-
lot of things, though, bro.
I
He
think it's a lot
first
of things,
he
too.
started on TV, right? So he already had facial
Bullshit. Who the fuck knew him on TV? Not me.
kids.
He was like
My kids knew who he was.
He was on
Degrassi.
Canadian. He was
No
like
way.
essentially
Degrassi
on a
was a big
Canadian
TV show.
He was on a Canadian Saved by the Bell.
No,
dude.
and
like
yeah,
real shit.
it was on
Your kids
Nickelodeon.
watched that.
It was on Nickelodeon. It used to be on Nickelodeon. 1, 2, and it's the truth. The kid is fucking funny. Like, he goes on Saturday Night Live. I would say he's like top 3 hosts.
He's
in the
very
past 10
charismatic.
years.
He's charismatic for sure.
He's charismatic. He can sing. He can rap. He's not camera shy at all. He's funny. Like, he's funny. He does impressions. He did Cat Williams, and he fucking killed it on Saturday Night Live with the long hair. Like, he killed it. He did Lil Wayne. Like, bro, he's good.
Nah, he's talented, and he's more extroverted than like
And-
Hove.
and
Hove doesn't
his-
want to talk to anybody.
And his songs, bangers. I'm sorry.
I'm
He
not-
makes
I'm not-
radio bangers. He makes club bangers.
He makes hood
Women love his shit.
I'm not doubting
the
that, but
hood
I'm
loves
saying,
his shit. UGK, fucking all of Houston co-signs him. Like, all of those people. Fucking what's his name? Prince.
Jay Prince. Yeah,
Jay Prince
Jazz
fucking
Jazz Prince.
loves him.
That's not
always
what I'm
has.
getting. But listen to what I'm getting at.
Always has. Everybody's co-signed him.
Check this out. Back in the day, Jay-Z releases an album. You know it's coming out on a Tuesday, or was it Friday? It was one of those 2 days.
Tuesday.
The
Back
album's,
then it was Tuesdays.
the album's
now
coming
it's
out.
Fridays.
You had to drive your ass, have someone
Specs.
drive you, buy the thing, and then go. Now the shit releases, and everyone has it on their
And you get a
fucking
notification.
phone. So it's a little different. That's
It's
what
not
I'm
just
saying.
that, bro. That's what I was
That's-
gonna get into before. Now you open Apple Music, And fucking the second that Drake drops a single, and Jay-Z too, because he's that
100%.
level. But the second Drake drops just a single, that's the fucking cover of Apple Music and or Spotify.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that
Like-
alone is a very big like
course.
difference, and is what's pushing music now compared to what it was
Not just
back
that,
in the
but
day.
promoting rappers too.
Right, but I'm saying
Anybody
back
makes
back
a
in the
hit
day, I
banger
had
with,
to
with
bum a
Drake,
ride.
and immediately you're nobody, and Drake puts you on a song, features. Like he just does a feature on your song, and you just got fucking 20 million streams in 24 hours.
I'll be devil's advocate on both ends. So if you look at it like so, back when Jay-Z was at his prime, so to speak, there was a lot of competition out there. Like in the late '90s, early 2000s, there were classic albums being made every week. So it's like there were a lot of people making hot shit. So for your shit to stand out, you had to make quality music. These days, and this is not to shit on Drake and a lot of other, because now exactly what you guys said. You can wake up J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Joey Badass, Big Sean, all the greats of this era, and all the weirdos that you never heard of but have like a TikTok following and what's the other, like there's other streaming service out there that kids play video games on and shit.
Twitch.
Yeah, like Twitch and you know, like this guy NBA YoungBoy. Like you saw I posted that he's having his 9th kid. Like that dude, I read he's huge. I've never heard a song from him. Never.
Yeah.
Never. I heard he's huge on YouTube. I heard he's huge streaming. So it's like
He makes an angry little kid rap.
so it's like the good with the bad that now anybody who's an artist, and you don't even have to be famous or have a label behind you, you can put out music, right? So you can put out music whenever you want. There's no advertising budget. There's no like servicing it to radio like for 3 months before. None of that shit. All that shit's dead.
DJs,
All that shit's dead.
That's what I'm getting at. Like that makes everything a game changer.
Right. So you know, and
Yeah,
that's,
but it's like everything else, bro. You got to be hot.
yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
I'm
what it
saying,
boils
like,
down
you
to.
don't
You,
have to-
you could build the coolest fucking restaurant in the world. If the food is shit, it's gonna go out of business.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. I'm
No,
getting
but
at
I'm
like
saying
we were talking about
he's
album
putting out
sales.
good music.
You don't have to worry about asking your son doesn't have to ask you for money to go buy the album. He doesn't. It's already on his phone.
No, 'cause I
you
already
have a
paid for his
you have
fucking
a
Apple
family-
Music.
But I'm saying it's you pay one time. It's like a family thing and call it a day.
I
like,
get it.
Like back in the day, you had to like, hey,
I get you, but he
can
still
I
has
get
the
15
choice.
bucks?
But he still has the choice to listen to whatever the fuck he wants
And-
to in the entire catalog of all time and genres.
Right.
And he wants to listen to fucking Drake.
But you can do that because back in the day, you couldn't. You didn't want to take a risk on something just to hear it because
And
you had to
JP,
fucking
you're right.
buy it.
And you spend the $15, and if the album's trash, you never listen to it again. You can't
Yeah.
return it. You can't
Guess
do
what?
anything with it. It's
The-
over, right?
That- so
I'm not
you were
disagreeing.
very
These days, when Drake's, if you listen to a Drake album and it's garbage, or whoever's album and it's
Yo,
garbage,
if I would
you never have to listen
if I
to it
would have
again.
purchased his last Drake album, I'd be angry.
I would be angry too.
But because I stream and I listen to everything else, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay.
and now there's like
Back
6
burner.
songs. And now there's like 6 songs on the album that you like.
One.
Jimmy Cooks.
That's it.
Pat
told
has
you.
like 5.
I like the flight song and Jimmy
Whatever.
Cooks.
That's what I'm saying. So
But I
like-
just put them
and
on my own
look-
playlist and I'm
And
done.
look, go against what I'm gonna say. But I listened to this fucking badass. I would have been angry if I bought it too.
Joey Badass.
Yeah, fuck all of you. I would have been angry. Suck
Yeah,
my
'cause
nuts.
he's-
I would have been angry. I would have been like, fuck
it's not
these
radio
guys.
bangers.
They owe me $7 a piece. That's what I would have came back and be like,
that
I want
album is fire. I'm
want
still listening
I want
to it.
$7. I would tell you, I want $7. That's what I want from
Fire.
each of you. But
Fire.
JP, it's okay that we listen to music differently. It's fine. I don't judge. That album is amazing.
I mean, I would
I've been
say it's
listening to
amazing. It's
a
not
lot
bad.
this week just because
but
I
I wouldn't
hadn't
say-
heard it in forever. The Detroit album. I told you the Big Sean album.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
just
say
'cause-
amazing.
It's got bangers.
yeah. The original Detroit album that started.
original
that
Detroit.
went on
Yeah,
streaming.
we were listening to it the other day.
Yeah, bangers.
Yeah, it's good. I love when the artists finally get to put their mixtape stuff on
Oh
streaming.
my god. I'm waiting for the day that Lil Wayne puts all his mixtapes on Apple Music. Just throw all the droughts on there.
And I need dedications, and I need
Droughts and dedications.
and I need Rick Ross, Rich Forever, and I need the original version of Wiz Khalifa, Taylor Alder Dice, which it's finally hit streaming 10 years later, but they changed
I
like
told
two
you I
or
saw
three
Wiz Khalifa
songs.
in Vegas.
What happened?
I saw Wiz Khalifa in Vegas.
Yeah, you told me at Dre's.
At
Was it?
Dre's. Yeah, she was hard.
Yeah.
Good times.
It's just different. Like now, when you buy the whole catalog, if I listen to something and I don't like it, I don't get angry.
So now, so going back to my original question, so now I would argue to say that Drake is arguably the biggest artist out, like all genre artists. Like there's some reggaeton guys and some, rock musicians and Beyonce and all that compete, Rihanna, but Drake is always hot, right? And he's like socially hot. Like everybody's looking at what he's doing, what he's
Been
wearing, what
15
he's doing.
years.
But Hove is a billionaire and he has no social media, and people are there's 10 social media accounts
he's a billionaire.
talking about him.
He's a billionaire
and he doesn't care.
because he's been doing it for 30 years. Drake's been doing it for 15 years. I think if you give him another 15 years with the fucking following that he has,
What are the odds that Drake is going to be bigger than Hove in 15 years? I don't think they're good.
If it keeps going,
I don't think his odds are good.
It's osmosis. I think he's just kind of.
if he puts out another album like some of the 3-4 albums ago,
His albums have gotten worse, and I'm a fan.
I'm saying if he puts
His
out
albums have
one,
gotten worse and worse.
this one was a reset.
Certified Lover Boy was a good album.
This is a reset.
It was okay.
Certain songs.
It's all right.
This
It's got
is a-
bangers.
Look, this electronic one is a reset. If he goes back to
Champagne
the
Poetry
Take Care
was
days
hard.
and stuff like that, on the next one that he does, he gets it all back.
Such a yo.
It doesn't need to be like New York rap. He's not even from New York, but like I just like regular music. Like I don't want to hear guys. Certain guys, when you have a known quantity, you don't want to see them experimenting. Give an example. Good Kid, Mad City, Section 80, amazing, right?
What was his first single?
To Pimp a Butterfly
What was
was
his first
garbage
single?
to me. I didn't like that.
What was Drake's first single?
I mean, the shit that blew him up was So Far Gone, right?
Right.
And
That was a lot of singing.
but it's not about singing. I have no problem against singing.
And soft
It's
rap.
about making just cohesive albums and songs. Like, dude, I don't want to hear him singing about his ex-girlfriends 10 albums in. Like, it's corny at this point. I don't want to hear him sing about being in love with strippers either. That's corny as fuck.
What about Marvin's Room?
I never want to hear that again. That song is garbage. I'm sorry.
That's a classic.
To who?
To everyone who wants to cry alone in their room.
I don't think I've cried. Maybe after my dog died, I cried alone in my room. That's not something that I do.
You didn't listen to Marvin's Room?
It's not a good song.
Yeah, I didn't jam to it like
Sorry.
that. It's too.
I'm just saying.
No, Marvin Room is not one of the songs for me.
I'm not saying for me. That's like a cult classic. Like Drizzy, everybody
For
knows the words to
who?
the
For
song.
who?
Sergio, he gets into
For
an argument
who?
with Karen and he puts that song on and it makes him feel better.
No, he has a lot of singing songs that are dope. Marvin's Room and
doesn't-
any song he's talking about his ex-girlfriends. Like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool on it. Like,
I'm just saying he makes hits, like a lot of hits. They're not all about his ex-girlfriend.
Look, you can't deny that Pat is New York for life. Like,
I get you, but it's not all hardcore hip hop.
you guys aren't listening to me. It doesn't have to be hardcore hip hop.
It just has to be a cohesive album.
It just has to make sense. I don't want to hear about your ex-girlfriend from
The
15
last
years
album,
ago.
It just
was
has to be
all house
Jay-Z.
music, super cohesive. Every single one of the songs is a house track.
If you do drugs and
But wait, it's a cohesive album though. It's just one type of music. Every song kind of flows into dun, 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 dun.
why do you think that I like Take Care more than other albums or even Everything Was the Same?
Because it's a cohesive album. I don't get it.
There's a lot of
a lot of singing songs.
I know you're trying to clown
Rihanna.
but I know you're trying to clown, but they have 10 singing songs on those. But
I
they're
know.
just
Take
better.
Care's a lot of singing
They're
album.
just better songs. They're better songs. They're not about doing drugs and about crying about your ex from 15 years ago.
I,
I
don't know,
get
I still
it.
like Views.
Huh?
I still like Views.
I think that's his worst album.
Really?
Views?
Its worst album?
Well,
No.
This last one.
But I didn't love it, and I didn't like
Views.
Scorpion either. I didn't love Scorpion either.
Not crazy about Scorpion.
I like Nothing Was the Same, and I like Take Care the best. And
If you're reading this, it's too late.
and
Thank Me Later's a good album.
Thank Me Later solid. I think his
Care Package?
His
best Care
Here we
Package
go.
is his best music.
Here we go. I know exactly what Pat's gonna say. His best one is the one with Jay-Z on.
No, his
Care
best song is,
Care
his
Package
favorite
is
song
his,
is
it's his best
4
music.
p.m. in Calabasas because he's a New Yorker.
Why would that be my favorite song?
Cause
Wouldn't
he steals the
wouldn't 5
DDG?
o'clock in New York be my favorite song?
I know
I'm a New Yorker.
because he steals
Pound
the-
Cake.
he-
Pat's
he
saying, nah,
steals
his
the
best
DDG.
song is Pound Cake. By far.
He steals
Top
the DDB.
20. He has a
steals
lot
the
of good
DDB.
songs.
He has a lot of good songs.
No, my favorite Drake songs are like
More Life. More Life is a good album. You didn't like More Life either? God
That
damn.
might have been the one that I'm thinking instead of Views.
Listen,
damn.
Care Package.
No, the one that he's on top of the tower sitting.
I like all his albums.
Yo, my favorite, probably my
Yeah,
arguably,
Views is the one you're talking about.
arguably my favorite Drake song is "Dreams Money Can Buy."
That's a
like
good song.
that's not New York. There's a singing hook. It's just talking hard.
I mean, yeah, favorite
Care Package
Drake
has really
song?
good music. Care Package has really good music on it. Listen,
I don't know, he's got a bunch of songs.
Listen,
He's got
Drake
got
is a
bunch of
beast.
banging-
Drake is
bunch of-
Drake is a beast. I don't know if he'll surpass Hove in money or cultural impact. To be honest,
I think they're different, bro. I think
But they are
Jay-Z's more,
different.
Jay-Z's a mogul. Drake is totally different. Drake's not going for that. Drake's not trying to be an executive producer for a record label. He's not trying to.
he has a record
put-
label.
I get you, but he's not like it's not the same as Rockefeller or
Rock Nation.
Rock Nation, where he's literally signing artists on a daily basis and launching different like wings. And now I'm doing sports management, and now I'm doing that. Like he's not doing that. He's not opening up clubs and bars.
Well, he's still young. I mean, he's still
Again,
young.
but that's my point. He's doing really well without doing all that because he's got a crazy base. That's my point. His base is, and I don't think you can argue that. I think his base is way bigger. Jay-Z had hip hop on lock for 15 years. Drake has hip hop, pop, older generations, everyone. It's global. Like he makes radio bangers for all types of radio stations, not just hip hop ones. That's my point. Like he's hitting a way broader audience and also a much younger audience.
I think that's the biggest. That's the biggest difference.
And constantly younger. No, but constantly younger. He's been hitting up young kids 15 years ago, and he's still middle schools
But
love him.
But a lot of older people outside of us, they don't really fuck with Drake like that. They just don't for whatever reason.
But they ain't buying shit anyways. They're not the ones going to records or concerts. They're not the ones buying merch. It's the truth.
True. That's true.
They're not the ones going to shows.
True.
Yeah, his shit was sold out.
Bro, he's
Within an hour.
and because
Super
he's a
sold out.
rock star too, because he performs, he dances and sings on stage. Like he's doing his shit. He's a kid, but he's doing his thing.
He's not even really a kid anymore. He's right behind us, dude. Like it doesn't feel that way.
I still
but
feel like a kid.
I'm telling you, I think he's turning 35 or 36. Like,
That's it.
what do you mean that's it?
I don't know. I thought it was.
When that dude came out, he was like 19 years old. It just goes fast.
I just feel like I've been listening to him for such a long time. He has to be older than that.
Nah. Yeah, 15 years. He was like 20, 21, yeah.
35. Holy shit.
Crazy. It goes fast,
Well,
man.
he has that song. It was 35 cent, something like that.
25 sitting on 25 mil. And that was
25.
10 years
10 years
ago.
ago.
Shit.
That was
As the
10
end of
years
photo.
ago.
That's the motto. Is take care.
That song bangs.
Same album as Marvin's Room.
Well, that was the one you played. That's why
Marvin
I heard it, 'cause you
Rooms
played it
will
the other
never
day.
get burned.
You played it the other
Jesus.
day. You played it the other day. That's
Marvin Room.
motto when we're in the pool.
Yeah.
You put on Marvin's Room right before you throw yourself off a bridge. that's what Marvin's Room is for.
It's like you check her location and she's at her ex's house. Marvin's Room.
You listen to Stan, then you listen to Marvin's Room,
Oh
then you
my
throw
God,
yourself off
you're
a
dead.
bridge.
You don't even make it to the bridge. You're just like, fuck it.
Dear Mister, I don't call or talk to my fans.
So Jay-Z, Drake, Ty.
To be determined.
It's to be determined.
To be
Still
And
determined.
why
too
do
early.
I can't answer this question? We'll put this as a poll on the Spotify thing. We'll put it as a poll.
All right, and we'll see what
See
people
what-
respond.
Yeah,
We got to
you
do
know,
a Pat's poll for that one.
the three
Yeah.
people that are going to respond to the Spotify poll. We'll find out.
Y'all are way too negative, man. We're early, man. We're early in the game.
I'm saying the Spotify numbers are not as good as the YouTube numbers. The Spotify numbers,
Well, I think people like to see our faces and shit. So.
it's on Spotify also. It is. The
Yes,
faces are there too.
Reasonable Doubters on all streaming platform, all DSPs.
Yeah, we should say it at the beginning.
Not
Subscribe,
all. How
follow.
about not all? Just the
main
major
ones.
Yeah,
The main ones.
Apple, Spotify,
We're not on
YouTube.
Amazon Music.
Who listens to that?
You're not on.
We're not on Pandora Premium.
We're on Dame Dash TV. All right, folks. Dale.
All right.
Next time.
Next
out.
time. We out.
Laters.